Hey, welcome back, guys. All right, let's go ahead and jump into a signs and symbols message. We'll see what we've got. We'll tell the story as we see it. We have the selkies coming out first, but in the reverse. And the story, of course, of the selkies is that there are these seals that can come up on land and they shed their seal skins and become these seemingly beautiful mortal women who can live their lives as a mortal woman should they choose to. And in many of the mythology stories, they do that, and they may even marry and have children, human children. But oftentimes in the stories, they always do return to the sea because ultimately that is still, the life that they would prefer. Now, this actually says someone may be about to surrender their duality and perhaps choose one life or the other. Well, let's see what life that may be. Okay, so we have a 7 of Cups. And we have the Justice card. This 7 of Cups, sorry, the Virgo in me is like, everything's crooked. The 7 of Cups has like this movie theater where there's like this tragic love story playing. And it feels really unfair. And it feels like, why would I be sitting alone watching, a tragic storyline play out? 7 of Cups is like all the different ways things could go, but instead I see it going this way, and I don't want that to be my story. So somebody is definitely saying, I don't think that I want to either live in a storyline that isn't fulfilling or that feels like, well, I'm supposed to accept the story that I don't even want. Why would I do that to myself? So I kind of think that we have a character, possibly a feminine, just because, again, the selkies are feminine. I'm wondering if we have a feminine done saying that I'll settle for, the storyline of I always end up alone, or I, get left, or I watch other people have a love story, but I'm not the one who ever gets, cast in the leading role, or I'm done having relationships where, I'm the hidden taboo secret love, but they're never going to leave the other person for me, or watching someone live out their life with their karmic and I'm just the observer seeing other people. I'm not going to do that anymore. I reject that. And they really reject that. We got the Ace of Earth, which is the Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to do it different. I want better. And we have the Libra. So we've got Libra coming in twice and real strong because we have the Justice card and we have literally Libra. We got somebody who got fed up. Now, could this storyline be an individual who, let's say this is a reverse scenario. Let's say we have a person who's been surrendering too much and saying, I guess I can't be happy because I'm in some other connection and this is just the way it has to be and I never get to be with the person I really want. This also could be that individual saying, hell no, I'm not doing this to myself. By the way, somebody could be playing basketball. I'm actually hearing a basketball like bouncing. So I don't know if somebody's outside, maybe at night under, like a court that's lit up, some, outdoor park or something. Maybe they drive by that or they go by and they see people playing basketball. This is like somebody about to take their shot, is what it's looking like to me. I know it's, a hand holding the world, but that's not the way I see it. And these signs and symbols messages, I really try to go with whatever I'm inspired, even if the vision isn't exactly what it looks like here. It's what I see in my mind's eye. Definitely, we do have an old-fashioned movie running, but I feel like, again, that's more like a metaphorical. I don't think it's actually an old black and white film that somebody is likening their life to. I think it's more like I don't want a big drama. I don't want my life to come across like, it's fine to watch movie characters and it's fine to see, the unrequited love in films, but that's not, why would we pick that for ourselves in real life, right? I think that's what our character is deciding. We also could have somebody that like has a swing either in their yard or they see somebody swinging, but I'm thinking it's more along the lines of, I've been swinging both ways on this. I guess I should be patient. I guess this is the way it is. I guess this is my lot in life. And I think the pendulum is swinging in the opposite direction. I'm also picturing somebody who has one of those little, the little pendulums that, you like the perpetual motion pendulum swing where the little steel balls are all lined up. And if you swing one of them, it makes the other one at the opposite end swing. It kind of feels like that. But more than anything, it's somebody who's I think rightfully saying, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to be the one who's always alone. I don't want to be that person. We got Luna, so we got our moon. We got our 2 of air, which is the 2 of swords. We got the Ace of Cups. I do feel like this is a big decision that somebody might be making right now, and it could have ripple effects, kind of like, the pendulum I was just talking about, where you let one ball go and then it swings and it has an interaction on the steel ball that's like 6 down the line. I'm feeling like, especially since these came out sideways, and it's like somebody else is going to get the memo. Even without communication, they're going to understand, oh, you're done. I can see from afar. My energy flow can feel from afar. I can't access you anymore. There's something about your heart that you're taking back. You're taking back your heart. You're blocking it, so I can't reach out and touch it anymore. I can't have you anymore. I definitely feel like there's something about watching each other from a distance, watching each other on the big screen, but never touching, longing for each other, but having it be this, agonizing, oh, but we can't be together kind of thing. This could be between 2 Libras, just because we've seen Libra energy coming out twice. But somebody was like accepting so much less than what they have wanted to. And I think they're shutting down now. It does feel like we maybe have a feminine, maybe with long curly hair, possibly red hair specifically, who is the one who's saying, I don't want this. I don't want this. And I think, who is the person who's getting this memo? Who's like, I used to be able to like reach into your world a little bit and still feel your warmth and know that you still love me, but you're like taking back your love. Somebody could see a dove overhead. I saw an owl last night as I was driving in the dark. We have a 5 of wands, or fire, as they call it in this deck. We have possibly a masculine who is feeling this, and they're kind of scratching their head like, I can't believe this. Is there something really different? Am I really shut out? Am I really not able to connect to her or still feel her heart anymore? Am I really not able? Look, if she was, I'm not saying this is a storyline where someone was somebody else's like side piece, because this almost seems like it's you can look, but you can never touch kind of scenario. This all feels more like energetic than realistic. Because there's, if you're sitting there seeing somebody on a screen, they're obviously not there in front of you. You're probably at a pretty big distance from them. But he's kind of like contemplating, like, I something's different. Something's different. And it kind of seems like he's going through this whole almost like shock, surprise, analyzing in his head, trying to consider, what is it that I feel that's so different? Why can't I access her? I don't know if they're trying, if maybe they used to watch her from a distance, from afar, and they can't anymore. That could be a weird coincidental thing if they're unable to see her or find her. Because, the moon is what's hidden, but then this moon has a little telescope. Like, I watch you from afar and I hide so you don't know it. But then I still want to reach for your heart sometimes, and it makes me feel good that I know you still love me. But all of a sudden I can't. That's why I almost feel like they don't have access anymore in the way they used to. And that could be a weird glitch. That could be maybe somebody is going to like make their profile private. Maybe this was like a social media account. And it's like, I used to be able to look into you, but now I can't. You've blocked me completely. How come I can't see you anymore? This looks like he's really, on one hand, wondering why I can't see you anymore. Literally holding her picture. Now he has a real photo. And then holding that globe in the other hand. The 2 of wands or 2 of fire. It's I stand at a crossroads and I have to ask myself, which path am I going to take? So we certainly have a masculine who realizes the only way to talk to her now is to either make a step, a genuine step toward her, because there's all he's got left is like whatever photo. I feel like this is somebody who has a picture of her saved on his phone, or maybe a tangible photo. But it's like I'm gonna have to choose what I do now, because she won't let me continuously like be the succubus who watches her from a distance and hides away. She's closing that down. She doesn't want me to peer into her life but not be with her. So this is her saying, it's time for you to choose, because you can't access me anymore. We're not going to be pen pals anymore, or we're not going to be, I'm not the person you get to spy on and, vicariously live through the life that you wish you could have with me, but you're not here with me. No, it's time that you can't see me anymore. I don't think she's doing this to be mean. I think she's doing this for like self-preservation. She's doing this because she's saying, I'm done with this weird duality where I'm never the leading actress. I should be the chosen, lead. And it shouldn't even be a question. I'm not the person who sits here and watches other people live out their lives anymore. I'm not the person who longs for somebody who's living their life with somebody else. But what's ironic is he's been longing for her while living his life out with somebody else, is what this implies. Soldier of water. This is our Knight of Cups. So he knows there is this moment where if I don't move toward her, I'll never be able to see her again. She said without words, you can't access me anymore unless you make a decision. And he knows exactly what this means. There's no question mark. This is like, you now have to actually put some effort into this, and it has to be me as your focus. 10 of Cups. And you have to know, if you come toward me at all, it has to be you're going to offer me everything. I want the full tea party. Somebody could be a big tea drinker, specifically her. We may also have somebody that's a single parent. Their child may like tea parties. Somebody could have a dog, a spotty little fellow. Maybe this does look like a Jack Russell to me, a terrier, or some version of a terrier. Maybe, a little Heinz 57. But we certainly have I want my 10 of Cups. Look, I'm going to say this is a story of a divine feminine who said, I'm a leading character. I'm an A-list actress in this film of my own freaking life. And that means I'm not taking the back seat. I'm not going to love somebody, wish for somebody who's living out a life with someone other than me, but spying on me and wishing that they were with me. No. This is her standing up for herself, And when I say that, what I'm trying to get across is it doesn't matter what his reaction is. She's choosing for her own, self-worth. Like, I deserve to be in relationships with people that are actually there for me, not people that spy on me. You're with me or not. But I will have my 10 of Cups. And you can't offer me anything less than that. Her act of like closing out, blocking him, removing herself, making her profile private, that is the message that was sent to him loud and clear. I withdraw, because you don't get to have access to me the way you have if you offer me nothing. And in fact, if you're going to offer me anything, you have to offer me everything. He knows all this. And this is I will say it's a bit of an ultimatum. He certainly looks at it as that. He's certainly knowing he's at the crossroads. What am I going to do? Wow. The moment has come. We have Mercury and we have Fate, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Mercury, of course, is the planet of communication. And you notice that this is like somebody who jumped into an ice cold plunge and they're like, ooh, brr. The way he's standing is like, oh my God, this is so... I just feel like he's racked with nerves about this communication, but he's also asking himself, can I go ahead and reach out? Can I go ahead and make my my spying no longer be spying, but let me go ahead and take a step forward. Let me go ahead and connect. Can I do that? This is my moment of truth. And it is nerve-wracking, but it is her expectation. It has to be more now. It has to be real. Scorpio. Scorpio is very sensual, very passionate. And she holds the Ankh of life there, that Egyptian symbol for life. And although this is kind of like an imposing, like scary, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Because we got that Scorpio tail that can sting. But this is also like, it's time to live a passionate life. He may be a little bit like, oh my God, if I reach out or something, and I know that this is the moment, I have to do this. Otherwise, she's going to be mad if I try to string this along anymore. She wants something. Give me something I can feel, something I can touch. There's a song trying to come into my head about that. It's not Aretha. It's not giving him something he can feel. It's a different song, but that's a great one too. We have the Courier of Earth. It's so funny. It's in the reverse, but this is like a little dude, like a teddy bear. No Teddy Grahams. No, don't write me by proxy. Don't do anything clandestine. Don't send me any messages. He knows she's not going to accept anything less than him laying it all on the line. It's you show me that I'm the leading actress and that you have some kind of intentions toward me, and it's me that you pick. It's me that you recognize fully and openly, or don't come near me. No proxies, no dancing around anything. Like, this is, you got to know what you're doing with me, or you got to stay away from me. I do feel like that is her vibe, and it's coming out loud and clear. Somebody may have like a gift or a teddy bear, or once upon a time, maybe he gave her something like that, or maybe this is like the way he would have rather handled things. Like, I wish it would be sufficient if I just kind of came in a little soft and a little bit cuddly, and things didn't have to be so serious. But we've passed a point where nothing more than real action will do. I kind of feel like she's basically saying, show me that you got some fire for me. I can't have somebody who's not really all about me, who's not really focused on me, who's not really into me. Show me that you got a spark from me, something special about me that lights you up. Tell me those things. I mean, to put it simply, I just feel like this is somebody who's, our feminine is saying, tell me that I matter. Tell me that you see me. Tell me that there's something you want with me, that you're not just trying to hang on to my energy and my photos, that you're not just trying to live in my DMs or whatever this is. Show me that there's something more than I'm sometimes in your head, and that you spy on me. Like this, that's what this whole context has been, and she's not having any of it anymore, because it's become insulting, I think, to her, that she's settling her own self to be somebody who's on the outside, knowing that somebody thinks of her, but it doesn't take action toward her. It's become one of those things where it's like she's headed up to here. No more. It's got to be real, or you got to go. You got to move on. So it does come across as intense, but it's because the time for nuance is long since past. So interesting. Let's just get one last card. Is that going to take shape? Is there going to be action? We have the Merchant. We have the Three of Cups. This could be a shocker, but the Merchant is traveling. The Three of Cups is traveling to a city near you. They could show up and be close enough that it's like they could hop in the shower together. This is somebody who's going to bypass like reaching out and saying something meaningful, and instead show up. So he's putting all his money where his mouth is. This is somebody who's actually taking tremendous action, because it is an all or nothing situation. And he's actually like, he got the memo. If I don't show up, he doesn't think she'll tolerate even just a comment now. It's like, no, I actually have to be there. So he's like knocking on her door, possibly while she's in the shower at some point. Okay, somebody has a nice shower or bathroom or bathtub or something too. They may really love bathing. All right, you guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Bye.